What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. So just another recap on today's trading. I want to give a huge shout out to all the members that participated in today's just trades. There was a huge amount of people that were just trading with us today, and you can just tell by the number of people that say good morning, before the market opens, and just the series of messages and best practices and mistakes that are shared throughout the entire day within the group chat, and it's really great for all those that are able to answer those questions. One of the big members within our group that have been giving their own 2 cents and has been answering a lot of questions. I do want to give a huge shout out to him. His name is Dimitri, and I'm going to go ahead and show him right here. So he's been answering almost all the questions that just because we're all doing different things, and I think that's a beautiful thing within this group. He's kind of taken the role of kind of just someone that is pretty knowledgeable and wants to make sure that if anyone has a question that he can answer properly, then he's willing to make sure that he's willing to give his own opinion on whatever it is someone's asking about. So I do want to give a huge shout out to you for all what you've done with TechBud. So let's go ahead and get right into the recap today. Again, one of the biggest stocks that were traded today was DRYS. I was trading it last week from the 125 to 130 range. Right as I sold the following day, it hit highs of 140. And again, it all comes just based on patience. And again, I wouldn't hold DRYS overnight. So I'm not suggesting that whatsoever, but it was just funny that I sold, after hours, and then the following day it popped all the way, nearly to $1.50. And again, yes, I missed out, but realistically, I reduced my margin. I didn't lose any money. I actually made a profit on that trade. I got it at an average of 127.5, ended up selling at 130. But again, the squeeze up to 145, 147 would have been nice as well. I've been trading a couple different stocks, and I've been mainly focusing on those. But today was just an extremely busy day, so I didn't get to trade actively with all of you. But I was making sure that if you guys had any questions or just asking, technical analysis or any advice with that, that I was able to, try to do my best when it came to that, making sure that I kept you guys up to date on different alerts that were going off on my phone with DRYS, kind of the support resistance on where it was breaking, and making sure that you guys are setting up a plan every single time you guys, buy and sell, right? Reminding that the best way to succeed when it comes to trading is by having a plan. So I do want to talk about how it played out today. So again, today, pretty much the main support and resistance, right as it broke above the 140, it held pretty well above 150 to 160. And we identified that, pre-market hours. It hit highs of 160 or 170, came back down, hit lows of 150, went a little bit lower than 150, but again, went back up and hit highs of nearly 170, came back down during market open. So it gave those that were able to set up a plan on, hey, look, I'll try to buy around 150, stop loss out at 145, and sell around this resistance around 170. Again, it was something that I shouted out during pre-market movers, and a lot of you were able to jump in. Some were saying that they've been riding this one, from a lot lower prices. Some said that they got in around the 150, 155 range. Some even got in around 180. And one of the members was Elias. He got in at 180, and he was able to sell at 190 actually right before the pop. And being able to lock in that profit of over 5%, I think that's a beautiful thing. Setting up a plan. He knew where he was buying, he knew where he wanted to sell, and he knew where he wanted to cut his losses if he had to. So again, majority of the day, it was mainly playing around 150, 170. It was showing signs of upward momentum, and the reason you know that is, again, we use this EMA indicator to show that, but it wouldn't go below 160. It showed a really strong support. So again, first it was at 125, 130, then it was at 140, then from 140 it was at 150, and then now it's holding above 160, so it was showing signs that it was, progressively going up. And then, just with that nice afternoon, kind of after lunch spike, hit highs and broke the resistance at 170, and that's what sent the stock spiking. I alerted the team once it broke above 170, and then that's actually when it kind of just broke 170, broke 180, broke 190, ended up popping over to $2, and that's where I told the team to really be ready to sell because of the resistance I was able to see a couple days ago. So it kind of made a cup trend. For those that are familiar with it, it kind of forms like a little teacup. And let's see if I can actually pull it up where I can see the resistance. And we can see it right here, as it had an old support right around that $2 mark. and now it builds a new resistance. So like we know, old supports become new resistance levels, and it did just that. It went a little bit higher than $2, but realistically you wanted to sell ideally at $2 or a little bit less to ensure you get filled. And then with that, it kind of just went down. And one of the things that is extremely common with DRYS is that it has those sudden pops. It pops there, continues to drop, pops there. It has solid pops throughout, just because it's such a volatile stock. But I want to make sure that you guys understand that these are pops, and in no way has it ever popped and really held. So realistically, this pop means that it's most likely going to start bleeding down within the next couple of days, and I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that and not just hoping for the best, right? Setting up a plan and looking at the trends and letting the graph and the analysis do the talking. So again, an amazing day for DRYS. I do want to give a huge shout out to every single member that were able to lock in huge amounts of profit, over based on kind of where it opened and where it ended up at, from 140 to highs of nearly $2. Just so much potential today. So I do want to give a shout out to all those that were able to lock in the profits and set up a good game plan. It looks like Darren was one that actually published it on our Facebook page and said that he made 31 cents, almost 20% on DRYS. So congrats to him. And then the last one that I'm going to be talking about, well, this is going to be one and then one more. NUGT was one that I ended up buying in midday. I bought in at the support, and I bought that at 145. That was the support that I was able to identify. It did end up going a little bit lower, but based on the trends that we know with NUGT, it tends to pick up pretty well. It has been on a downward trend, so I definitely do understand that. But it's been kind of like with the support around 730 now, and hopefully we can see an upward trend within the next couple of days. If anything, I can stop loss out, but this is definitely not a penny stock that I would label as a penny stock. It's one that was trading above $30, has never been under $3 or $5. So it's definitely one that not only have I traded before, but I'm pretty experienced with it. But again, it's just my own experience. Make sure you do your own analysis, and if you don't see the potential, then you definitely don't have to trade it. It's just one that I was talking about today that I saw 745 seems to be a good price based on the 10-day analysis and kind of how it's been playing out, and where it actually was. We're just kind of waiting for a bounce. A couple of days ago it was at $12, so it's kind of flatlining, so we're hoping to see almost like a candlestick trend to see more of like upward momentum, but that's it for NUGT. FNCX did pretty well after market hours, stayed pretty stagnant throughout the entire day, built a strong support within the past couple of days. Had that kind of support at 80 cents, right? Hit highs of about 120, and that's really what got us alerted with FNCX. We traded a couple from 90 cents to $1, and then I got in. I'm going long with only $1,000 at 88 cents. It's currently down, so it closed at 80 cents. It was up to nearly 85 cents after hours, and that's huge because that's actually the resistance that it had the entire day. So the resistance that it had was hit highs of 85, hit lows of 80, and didn't do too much after that. As long as it continues to hold above 80 cents and it starts showing signs of upward momentum like it did after hours, and I think we can have one of these tight squeezes up to the 120 within the next couple of days. Just based on previous trends that I was able to identify, trading above $3 a couple days ago. I really do think that this one has that potential, but it needs that volume, since volume has been really lacking with FNCX. And again, it's one that I'm going long. Does not mean that you have to do it whatsoever. It's just one that I saw potential. The risk that I had for it wasn't really much. I'm nearly down with how it closed today, $100. But again, not too much with the potential that I actually see on FNCX. I do have a stop loss set at $74.99, as that is the 52-week low. So if it goes anything below that, then I'll just cut my losses there and lose, I believe, $150, but nothing more than that. So that is my analysis on FNCX. Hopefully seeing an upward trend on that one. And that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you guys again all for joining. If you guys haven't done so already, please feel free to subscribe. We do upload daily recap videos and helpful videos to give you guys a better understanding on how to get into investing and trading. And I'd love to be a part of your success. So if you'd love to join, we just hit over 4,000 subscribers within our YouTube channel, and we're a little bit over 5,000 members worldwide with the TechBud Solutions platform, with all the different platforms and chat rooms we have available. So you can ask to join, and the link gets provided for you down below. It's a free group you can join, and it's pretty much just a networking group, so it's a very welcoming community. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Let's make sure that we continue to end the week on a green note, and that's pretty much it, guys. Take care. Baby, don't you let it go to